I'm just gonna do some like a monster sound because we're doing Monster Mayhem. I didn't think it
What an
through though.
introduction.
Didn't think it through, but
What an introduction. Well, hello,
what's
John.
up, guys? How's everybody doing? I am Jonathan Hardesty, and this is Anya Robbins, and we are here to paint some monsters with you. And that's it. There's nothing else. I didn't prepare anything, so I'm not a speech maker. So we're gonna be coming in here. No, I wanted to like I always we did like some technique ones. We were doing some other things. I do like to sprinkle back in like environments. I like to do that every once in a while because environments like this force you to think about what the light source is doing and what color scheme is there and what like even this has like an edge kind of relationship feel to everything. Like there's certain hard edges, but there's certain soft edges to this one too. So I think like making something fit in an environment kind of shows if you know how to diagnose the lighting. You it's like taking apart a machine to understand how it's put together, sort of. Maybe that's a way to think about it, like sort of in reverse, right? Instead of creating it yourself, like you're just deconstructing it and then reconstructing your monster inside there. So so I can't ever like I just always want to do monsters. I can't ever do anything but that if I have a choice. So I'm like I love monsters. I'm still a kid that way, but it's fun.
Love it. So on brand.
Let's
for you.
do it. Let's do it. Yeah, it is on brand. It's true. It's very true.
I asked John for a clubhouse like a month ago, what would you like as a theme? And he goes, without hesitance, monsters. And so you could see that stream in our viewer history. It's so cute. There's a little cameo by my son in there. He drew like a little monster, and then we made the monster on stream. So it's a super cool stream. But
awesome.
This is gonna be like take two. But like
I love it so much. I love it so much. I can't like resist, I can't resist. It's kind of my thing. Like I'm realizing it's kind of my thing is like as monsters, I'm slowly realizing it's kind of my thing, but it's just fun to like in all these little corners, like to put some kind of monster creeping, in there or something. I love it. Really fun. Yeah, I thought like somebody needs to make the house a monster, right? I thought that like, somebody needs to make the house, and they did like that. Remember that movie Monster House? Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like an animated movie.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was like an animated movie, and
hold on. I think what's going on, everyone is so used to having to be approved before they can paint. You guys, you could just come right on in. Just like pile on in.
Oh yeah.
You just paint. Everyone's like, wait, what? Oh, we can actually paint with They're so used to it. Yeah. John
That's
likes
funny.
His canvas super like free.
Yeah. Listen, this is the way I live my life. Like the way I live my life is like people are like, oh, well, what if this happens? And I'm like, all right, well, I'll tell that jerk to get out of here if that's what happens. Like, I'm like, we're gonna have a free, open room, and it's like, if you're an idiot, you're gonna get booted. Do you know what I mean? Like, and mocked mercilessly. So,
nice.
so I'm always like, I don't know. That's my take. Give
man, if somebody does go for that, like, I would love to have like everyone put in the comments like your worst funny insult, and like we can all like go around and say funny things.
Oh yeah, sure. Like I had one person, I said, hey, feel free to write me what if you want to write me and like get advice or whatever, and they're like, well, don't open that door, like that's like Pandora's box you're opening. And I started laughing, and I said, well, my honesty can match your passion at any point. They were like,
there you go.
I was like, so I will tell you, like, you're contacting me too much. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just tell them. So everybody's like, okay, fair enough. So that's the way I feel about my classrooms. It's like, don't be an idiot. Come in, because like that's the thing is like 99% of people are not idiots. It's just the 1% that ruins it for everybody else. And I remember being in a private school, and like some stupid idiot bringing something to school that I like. Maybe my friends and I like played card games, right? And then they would go and like be playing money and like taking money from other kids, playing poker or something like that. We were playing like Magic the Gathering or playing like Star Trek or Star Wars, like the card game or whatever. Like back then, like, and then they were like, no card games, and I was like, these stupid idiots. We've been playing it for like 7 months. Now these stupid idiots lost our ability to do it. So I remember that feeling like that's so unjust, like that the idiots get to like the lowest common denominator gets
They
to
ruin
decide
it.
what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah,
And
like
that
they have all
sucks.
the power.
Yeah.
I hate that. So I just resist that. That's why I'm, I don't know.
Yeah, I did find it sucky whenever I had to start locking up the canvases. It really like upset me because I'm very free flowing too, and
You are
like
too, yeah.
I literally said it during the stream. Like somebody, not to give anybody ideas, but somebody literally like pasted in
Some
a
foulness.
human's sexual organ. And I was like, are you serious? And it wasn't just like a tiny thing. It was like the whole canvas was and I wasn't like zoomed in on my canvas. I was fully zoomed out, and it's just like,
was it on purpose or by accident?
well, it was definitely on purpose because they immediately left the canvas, so I couldn't ban them. And then they came back immediately after and like scribbled all over the screen so nobody could paint. And it was like,
yeah,
they got banned.
I don't see okay, so if people are having a party, right? They're having a party, and you run in and you just like start like yelling and farting and like do it like or whatever you might do at a party, right? Like, and you start like blowing a horn in everybody's face, right? Or something like whatever. I don't understand like why that's fun. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Maturity. Like,
yeah, but I don't get like why.
Me neither.
Like, it's fine. Play pranks, but like pranks are fine. But like but prank me in a way that I can like appreciate it, and that way I'll like actually like you more. Like not.
Yeah, like make an AI version of your voice and make you president.
I loved that. Yeah, you guys, Anya sent me this like speech. It must have been, what was it pulled from? Was it like Obama or like or was it like a Biden speech or something like that?
I wrote the speech. You're welcome.
Oh, that's amazing. You did good. It was a presidential address over like various topics, and it was me giving the address, which was so epic and awesome. It was freaking great. And I heard it, I was like, this is hilarious. And it was scary too at the same time. Not scary that you sent it to me, but scary just like for the future of the world.
Yes. Because
like,
I wrote
was like
I made the address very like politically now.
Yeah, it was like every hotbed topic, like every single one. Like it was awesome. It was really funny.
But I made you say things that you would not agree with, like just the opposite of you. Just to, like, and by the way, to clarify, this was like I used I just like used like an AI thing to like learn John's voice and then made it say that and then sent it to him as a joke. And I was kind of scared. I was like, oh my gosh, is he gonna get mad at me? Because like,
nah.
But then you were fine. You were like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
No, that's fine. Listen, I think it's like I'm wondering where we're gonna be in the future. Like, so it's already happening with AI art too. Like, but it's happening. I think it'll happen with speech as well, where people start saying, "Did they really say that?" Like, or did they?
I already think that.
Right.
I already think that. Like,
right.
Anytime somebody is like, I'm online chronically. It's like a disease now, but like anytime I see, those like really annoying like fake news things that are like, look at such and such celebrity said this, or like this person is pregnant. I was like, but are they really? Because that could easily be an AI image. This could easily be an AI speech. Like I don't believe anything I see. Like the credibility of any like news article is like down the drain for me. Like I don't
100%.
Like people are gonna laugh at me, but my husband is incredibly good at researching and at knowing like what, like he's really sound minded. So like I just like he says something about politics, and that's like the only source that I actually believe in. Like I'll be like, oh, okay. Like
Right.
like we go to
Well, you
vote
have
and
to
I go like,
choose
husbands,
somebody,
who am
you
I
know?
voting for? You know, like
Right. Well, you have to like. Well, that's the thing, because like I don't want to keep up with it. Like that's not. I don't want to keep up with it.
ugh,
You
he
know what I
loves it
mean?
though. He's like so into
Right.
it.
Some people love it, and yeah, you can talk with them and say, "What is this person like? What's their position? What's their whatever?" But I heard one person talking a long time ago about this idea, and they were saying like, what happens when we get to a point where we're in an age of complete disinformation, like when you're in a like where you don't know, you don't like if you don't know if a person actually said it or not, right? Like if you're just like they might not have even like not that you disagree with what they said, but just you're like I don't even know if they actually said that. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's a really interesting place to be. Like, what would that do to people's consumption of
Credibility.
information just in general? Yeah, really
And their
interesting.
credibility. Like when you go online and say something, like you don't know, is this video being made by AI?
And someone like me who says a lot of crazy things, like I am a ripe
Right. Right.
opportunity for someone saying, did you like, because pretty much whatever happens, people will be like, John could have said that. It could be anything. Like, and
Yeah,
they'd be like,
no, you're
John could
not
potentially
wrong
have said that.
because like you're so like out of nowhere. So like very often like I'm talking to you or like like you'll send a video and I'm just kind of like, did he really start that video like that? Like really?
Right.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
I think the other day you sent me a video, you were like, hi, Anya Robbins.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's wrong with you? But it's a great note to start on because you make people laugh.
Right. Sometimes.
It's something that it's like a virus. I've caught it from you because when I send my student videos, sometimes I'll be really weird right off the bat. But that's because I've noticed like as soon as I laugh at the beginning of a video, if I had like any tension or I was like
Right.
worried about like critique or anything, I'll be like, it'll like take the load off. It'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
100%.
then, you like move into
100%.
that. So yeah. Laughter, best thing ever.
For sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I
Mm.
have my windows like fully open. So if you hear like sirens or like
Oh, you're
weird
good.
honking or anything, yeah,
Don't
I
sweat
might
it.
have to like go close them if it gets too loud. I live in like the craziest ghetto portion of my town.
Oh, do you?
So there's very often like crazy stuff going on outside. But
Well,
it's just
that
such a
sounds
beautiful
exciting though,
day.
too. Sounds
Um,
exciting.
it can be.
It was
It
right.
can
Did you
be.
notice the background music as soon as I said that sounds exciting? It was like dun, dun, dun. Did you hear
Fast
that?
metal.
Somebody needs to
That-
replay this
I'll clip it. I'll make a
this is-
short.
yeah,
There you go.
dun, dun, dun.
Yes. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so yes, I love that
That's
black
mine.
like a sort of
It's
Stranger
mine.
Things-esque creature
I
that's
know.
coming out. I love it.
I was like, what if the Stranger Things, that horror movie where like you have to be quiet the whole time, and then Hollow Knight, what if that merged? And this is what I'm making. I'm just like I'm
That's awesome. You guys are doing good. I love it. I love the monsters like the Stranger Danger's doing like a slime, it looks like, maybe, or something like that. Double
oh,
A,
that's
that's
so cool.
hilarious. That's sticking
That's
out.
so cool.
CGP. Oh, that's cool, up in the trees.
Oh
Andy,
heck yeah.
nice. I want to see what
So
after
good.
his banners over top of it, but I want to see what he's. Oh, I see. That's cool. Nice. Oh, somebody did a black cat up top too. Tamaki or Tamaki or Tamak 2, maybe.
I'm just letting you go on. Can you keep going?
Yeah.
Find as many
Yeah.
pronunciations as you please.
Yeah, I love how you said pronunciations. That was like a Texas. You make as many
Okay, so
pronunciations.
listen. I'm getting confused because I I was educated in Ontario. I lived in Montreal for a while. I lived in Delaware for a while. And then I'm like, chronically on the internet. So like my problem is like the way that I say words, and I'm French. So the way that I say
Yes.
words is just off the charts. Sometimes I
love it.
pull like the way that I pronunciate. I don't know if that's anyway, whatever.
Pronunciate.
However, I
love
pronounce
that.
things is always
I
like
love that.
random.
Pronunciate. That's my favorite. That's
My
good.
husband always laughs at me when I say that word. I don't even know how to say it right. Like, how do you say it?
Pronunciate. Pronunciate.
That
I
doesn't
think
sound right to me.
pronunciate makes more sense to me actually, because it's pronouncement if you say it like that. So pronunciate makes
Yeah.
sense. That actually makes a lot more sense to me, but that's just not how I've heard anybody pronounce it. Like they say
Well, you know,
pronunciation, but hey,
it is what it
go
is.
for it. Pronunciations.
I say it
like
this way. I say it's right.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, now your cat wants attention? Absolutely. Cats, like, listen. I'm partial to dogs. I have a ginormous golden doodle. If he wants pets, I can't do anything else. I'm pet trapped. Like, I have to pet him until he's done being petted. Like, there's just no other option. So obviously, if your darling cat wants to get petted, you have to just default to watching this video and you can't participate. Like, that's just how it is.
Well, it's
So,
always on their terms. Like always on their
right?
terms.
Just like children.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Swear.
Especially teenagers.
Oh,
I've got two in the house right now.
Oh my gosh. I need to update you guys. Yeah. My son learned how to ride a swing today.
Oh, nice.
So cute.
Nice.
He really knows how to go on his own. And it's like, so I got a video this morning of him doing that. And I was like, he's growing up so fast.
He is. Pretty soon he'll be crashing your car and like talking back to you and sassing you and stuff.
Nuh-uh. None of that.
Just kidding.
Don't speak evil words unto me.
I'm just kidding. No, my kids are so good. Like they're really good. But they definitely are like, like you have to say like I think like on almost like a weekly or a daily thing, like it's not all about you. Like I think that's really like sums up the teenage years. And that's the way it was for me.
Yeah, but I was gonna say it's normal. I feel like even like my brother is like 8 years younger than me, and I still have to say that to him. He lives with me.
Yeah, that's right. That's the whole thing. That's how it works.
I just have to be like,
Yeah.
Like I think like a month ago he was like, "We're out of Ziploc bags," and I was like, "That's nice."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, when are we gonna get more?" And I'm like, "When are you buying more?"
Right, exactly.
Because he used them all, right? So like,
right.
And he looked at me like, "Fair enough."
Yeah.
I had to.
When are we? You're like, when are we gonna get more? Is that really what you're asking me? Is that what you want to ask me? When are we gonna get more? Like, when do you want to go to the store with me to go shop and get that? Is that what you're asking me? That's what I would say to my kids. I'd be like, "What do you mean the royal we?" I'd be like, "Oh, you mean the royal we? Like we as a race, like as a human race? Like when will we have more? Is that what you mean?" I go on and say, my kids are like, "Okay, Dad," or whatever.
Hold on.
I love it. That's my favorite part, is making them, like, I have to be honest, like somewhat exasperated. Like it's fun because that's like the way to get back at them a little bit. Oh, funny. I'm painting this eyeball in here. It's like a big monster that's inside here, but I don't know. Maybe I think I'm gonna have a lower section be carved out of this. I think I want like the side of him. I want like his mouth to be like coming out the bottom or something. So like this is kind of like going like fading back. That's so creepy. Here, and then his mouth is like his lips and mouth are coming out this like bottom section or whatever. You were saying something though, weren't you? Oh, sorry. I think you were saying something.
No, I forgot, but basically like speaking of my brother, I love my brother with all my heart. But you know when you're like 20 and you have like Well, I think it's a guy problem. It's like when you're 20 and you're a guy and you work in like manual labor and you just stink. So I just had to like close my bedroom door and like open the fans because it's like he opened his bedroom door to go shower and like the stuff went up the stairs all the way to my room and I was like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I have that with like work, if it's work or whatever, but also with training at like at a MMA gym. That is a different kind of stank. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally, it's really nasty. It's just really nasty. So my wife's always like, "Don't talk to me. Don't do anything.
Go shower.
Just go get out of here." You know what I mean? Like it's like you're so
Yep.
gross. I'm like, I get it. And I don't understand how there's guys that like they will take their boxing gloves and stuff and they'll just like stuff them in their bag. And I yell at people like that because I'm like, you're gonna give somebody a staph infection, number one. But like, I'm like, that is the foulest thing ever. Like to literally, it's like put it in a humid like jungle environment. Like take this gross thing and trap it somewhere with moisture and this. And I'm like, you
in
are
the dark warmth of your bag.
Yeah,
like that's bacterial growth.
Oh my gosh.
That's optimal bacterial growth environment right there.
I will 100% just like shame them mercilessly. Like I'll be like, "You're sick. You're disgusting." I'll be like, "You're this." Like I would just go off on them, like because it's so gross. That's super gross.
It is.
It is. Yeah, I don't abide that. I should say.
Anyway, I love him though. I love my brother. It's just you gotta laugh. I was probably worse around his age, not with the bodily stench. I mean, but with the like irresponsibility and the because you're like young and you just don't have the same standards. So I don't worry about it. He's a good kid. He's got a good heart. It's just like.
Yeah. Well, you're like, just get your foulness out of here. Yeah. Get your foulness up out of here. Yeah. Totally get it.
The summer, he can like open his window.
Yeah. Well, try summer in Texas. You better be on that because it's like summer in Texas. It's no joke. There's a lot of sweating going on.
Well, what's funny? We've had. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you drive to the store and you're like sweating like crazy. So that's all I was gonna say.
But you have like really hot weather. Like this year where I'm at here in Canada, we have hotter weather than like Delaware had for the past like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
We had like this major heat wave, like just stormed through. It was like for all the correct people, C for Celsius, correct, and F for false. It would be
100%
degrees Celsius.
No argument there.
Oh my gosh!
Fahrenheit, the imperial system was stupid. Like why? Like why are we like 12 inches? Like but there's 12 inches in 1 foot, and then we have like yards. And it's like it's like the stupidest thing ever. It's like it's so dumb and like it's like 10 millimeters. Like how many millimeters are in a centimeter? How many centimeters are it makes so much more sense. Anyways, I don't want to go all off on that, but I think it's
like the funniest part about those two. And by the way, everyone, 30 C in Fahrenheit is 86, so it was 86 all week last week and higher too. But the funny point about Celsius and Fahrenheit, this is like my favorite thing. It's like in the middle of January where I'm at, it gets down to -40. I could just sit there and like talk to Americans and be like, yeah, it's like -40 outside right now. We're having our cold frost. It's gonna be that way for the next week. Yeah. And then they're like, what is that in Fahrenheit? And I get to just sit there and go, yes. Because that's where those two meet. Like -40 is the same in Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So I love trapping people into asking that.
Yeah. You're like, yes, it is.
Yes.
That's awesome. But yeah, but I mean, like, who decided on it, right? Like, who was like, Yes, like this is awesome. Like we've got Fahrenheit. We're gonna do a new system. It's like, what's freezing? And it's like, we should make it 0. No, that's too simple.
32.
Let's make it
Arbitrary
30.
number.
Yeah, like what the heck? Like it's so dumb. And like boiling. What's boiling? Like that's a really common one. And you're like, yeah, like I was gonna make it 176.45. But then I just, it's like, it's the stupidest. It's so, what is it? Like
arbitrary numbers.
What is it even? It's
I
like 132 or something, or 140 or something like that. I think, like, I can't remember what it is. It's like, see, that's how stupid it is. I can't remember what boiling is. Ugh, I hate it. So dumb. And when I get recipes.
212 Fahrenheit.
Oh, 212. That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But
and guess what it is in Celsius? 100.
100, right? Exactly. Yeah. You know, when I get recipes for like pastries and stuff, I always get stuff from Europe or stuff from Canada or whatever, because it's weighed in grams. Everything's weighed in grams.
Yeah. I use my scale when I'm measuring stuff. I don't use measuring cups.
Right.
And
you
like
can get
my in-laws, they're so sweet. I like go over and like bake something, and my mother-in-law would like take out the cups.
Ugh.
And I would be like,
stupid.
How do I? And I like tried to figure it out, and I figured it out eventually. But like my bread doesn't like.
It's so imprecise, right?
Well, it's because they're at like a different elevation than I am near the ocean. Okay, this is gonna get into baking. Okay, like I'm a baking nerd, by the way. So
me too. This is gonna be good.
The way that bread works, or baking of any kind, is sometimes there's like different moisture ratios depending on like your elevation. So if you're high up in the mountains,
sure.
You'll use a lot more liquid in whatever you're making for the same outcome as if you're like super close to the ocean. You're gonna need the mixture to be a little bit more dry. Now that's, you know, when you're measuring something in grams, you're getting exact measurements according to the weight of the product that you have. When you're doing it in cups, your cup could be different than my cup. So like, how are we supposed to accurately measure? And then you have to account for the elevation difference. So I went over to my in-laws, and what is normally like the most perfect bread, right? I like tried to make bread down there, and like it sucked, and they were so sweet. They were like, "Oh, it's perfect." And like my father-in-law ate like the entire slice, and I could tell he was like struggling to eat it because it was like overdone and like mushy in the middle and like so hard on the outside and everything. And I was like, "You don't have to eat it. Like it's fine." And he was like, "This is delicious." And he ate the whole thing, and I was like I was like, "I love this man." This man like, oh,
he's a treasure.
I love my father-in-law. He's so wonderful. We named our son after him.
Oh, that's cool.
Like David is my father-in-law's name and my son's name. And it's so cute. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
it's so funny. Like
it's so much easier. Like I will take one bowl and just tear it, right? So like you put in the bowl, you pour in the flour, right? And then you tear it, and then you pour in like whatever else, then you tear it, and then you pour, you know, like, and then you just, that's so much easier. Like it's so much easier.
One bowl, less dishes. Like, come on now.
So dumb. And it's like repeatable, like you said. Like when you actually want to make proper pastries and stuff, and you want it to be repeatable, like it's like the same exact thing every time. So yeah, I hate the stupid cup system. And if you measure it in grams, like if you just actually do it, like if you measure, like you just take a cup, what you think is a cup of flour, and just put it in a bowl and then measure, like weigh it, it'll be off by like a lot.
Oh yeah.
Each time.
Yeah. And that's what I tried explaining it to them, and I think it was received with like the, we know you're good at baking, honey. It's fine. Like you don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to make excuses. And they were so sweet, but it was that like Southern,
yes,
like
bless your heart kind of a thing.
Yeah, bless your heart, darling. It's fine.
Yeah.
We know you're a good cook.
Oh my gosh, that's like so funny.
I love them so much, but I'm actually really good. Like, and in Canada, I bake very well. I'll have to adjust when I like move.
What's your go-to?
Figure out exactly. Oh my gosh, I love. Okay, so I have this bread that I make, but like I have like 15 different types of seeds and nuts and things that I put in it with like different herbs, and it's just like really healthy for you. There's no preservatives. I even have like a dedicated like bread thing that I have on my counter to keep it like moist, so I don't have
Yeah.
to put it in a bag or anything, because bags tend to attract like the mold faster.
Yeah.
So I wanted like a kind of a glass with wooden base kind of thing where I could like see the bread, I could see how much is left. It stays, it doesn't
Good.
dry up. I love,
Totally.
this is so stereotypical. I started making it during COVID.
Of course. Got to.
I got really good, and then I was like, oh, I like kneading. Kneading is really nice. It occupies your hands. You can't be on a phone. You can't do anything else. And I mean,
100%.
not to like push on anybody, but my personal faith is I'm a Christian, so I love to just pray while I'm kneading the dough. It's like really, there's something about using your hands, and then you don't have to look at anything, so you can just close your eyes, and you can like just really like it's a rhythmical thing that you can do.
Rhythmical.
Did
you just say rhythmical? Yes. Today is the best. This is so awesome. You just said rhythmical. I love what is happening today, vocab-wise. It's so good.
Okay, this episode should be called
So good.
Anya embarrasses herself by talking.
It's so good because it's like a, like there's like a lot of like 70s like funk language. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when they're like, you're a cool cat, or you're
I wasn't born then, John.
No, I know, but I'm saying like rhythmical would definitely have been something that they would have said, dude, this track is mad rhythmical. Yeah. I'm going to use that. That's actually awesome. I'm going to make one of my characters.
Go for it. I think that's actually, see, like half the time I talk, okay, here's the thing. Half the words I know in the English language, the first time I encountered them, I was reading. So my problem is like over half my vocabulary I say based on reading them in context and then my interactions with people in the world. And so being that I spoke like French for the first like on a daily basis for the first like 25 years of my life, and then being exposed to the internet and like the different regions that I traveled to, I'm just off the wall with, I just pronounce them how I think they will be pronounced, and it just comes out weird. I'm so sorry.
No, I like it.
Well, I'm glad you like it, but it's
yeah, you speak like you've been a funk musician for like 20 years, I love it. It's great.
A
rhythmical. Yeah, like I'm telling you, they've got like different vocab to describe what they do musically. Like I'm telling you, like George Clinton probably has like a whole other vocabulary for like how he describes like grooves, like groove-nacious or something like that, or like James Brown kind of a thing. You know what I mean? So I could see you. I really want to hear you sing funk at some point. That's gonna be.
I mean, I'll probably try it at some point.
Yes.
I mean, the singing is going pretty well, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, I keep getting asked. So Nico is actually going to get me to sing Daisy Bell because people saw the second episode of his show when I start humming at the beginning as like his main character, and people were like, we need a whole music video of her just singing Daisy Bell.
How's that going with Nico and stuff like that? He was on a schoolism thing. He was asking a question. I was like, hey, Nico, I know who you are. I was like, I follow you on YouTube and this and that. And he was like, oh my gosh, that's great.
He told me all about it. He was just like, ah! He was like, oh my gosh, you recognize me. And he told me all about it. And
I wanted to give him a call out. He's doing good. He's doing good.
He's amazing. I'm so proud of him. Like, awesome. Honestly, when he asked me to get in his show, like to like voice act, I think he expected me to say no, because he approached me like, well, if you feel like it, maybe like if you have time, like if it's not too much trouble, like just letting you know, like you have a very, very beautiful voice and I really like you, like all that. And I was like, what's your question? And he goes, can you probably not as dramatic. I'm being dramatic, but
no, I got you.
He was like, can you do the show? And I was like, okay, tell me about this character. Like immediately, I'm just like all in, right? I'm like, can you tell me about this character? And he like describes the character. I'm like, creepy, cute thing? Absolutely. I will absolutely do that. Like there is part of me. like you guys know, I've played D&D for years, and so like there is one time I made this character, and we have a general rule against making like child characters just because it can get a little weird. But I told everyone, like, listen, I'm making this character, okay, and it is a 9-year-old body, but it is like a 300-year-old lady inside there, and she is going to be like she's like manipulative, and she will use her looks to get whatever she wants, but she's like a murderous person. And
Right.
so I did so the voice that I did for Nico's robot character, it was both inspired by GLaDOS and the person who does like the airport messages in all the airports nationwide. But also from that one character that I had that was like really like creepy crazy. And when I showed my D&D group the videos, because I floated them around to them before the videos were out, they were like, oh my gosh, that sounds just like, and I was like, yeah, right, but like the robot version, right? And they were like, yeah. Like, it's like really, really fun, and I just love it. It's like you don't have to, for forever I thought, well, I could never do something weird and creepy and whatever, but it doesn't really have any bearing on like who you are and what you do.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah,
it's an exploration.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's what's interesting, I think, for actors, in general, is like when they get a role that's like, I think like the really good actors are always like intrigued by roles that like they just don't know anything about, because it's the same process of like as a painter where you have like a subject that you have to paint, something you have to capture, right? So you have to learn about it. So like you're forced to go in and like understand what makes that the way it is, and then you kind of dissect it, stuff like that. So it's a way to keep learning. Like, and I think good actors, and they're always wanting to grow and learn and think about it that way, like where it's like, oh, I want to tap into this side of the human psyche,
Humanity.
right? Like what makes a person like this tick, or what makes you know what I mean? And like it just helps you understand other people better, I think, like because you really have to put yourself in their shoes, and like what would, even if you don't agree, like that's where like a lot of people don't get it with like with actors. Like actor doesn't have to agree with their character, like they don't have to think their character's even
Not
rational. They just but they have to have something that makes sense, that makes sense, and that at least to the character, like that would make sense to the character and give justification to the character but it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. It's fun, but like
here's what happens. The first year that you do D&D, the first character you're gonna make you in a bottle, like this character is just you. Right. Usually like the second year it'll be like you'll make like a hero character. You'll make like your you've totally never done that. You'll make like you but like as a hero, like your alter ego. That's usually like the second year when people play D&D.
Well, listen to what I first created. Okay,
go.
I created the Minotaur. So he was half man, half Minotaur.
I've seen the concept art for this.
Yeah. That was my first one I ever created. Now, is that me? Like he was ginormous, but he was a weakling, so he couldn't punch anything. And so he was like, I wanted to make him like a magic user, like, but a really poor one. Like he just could like shoot earthworms from his hands or something, or like,
that's hilarious.
like something really dumb. But I don't know. Is that an extension of me? So wait, what were you saying? You said third year is, I totally interrupted you. Sorry. You said third year.
Yeah. Third year, usually it's something funny. So like 3 trolls in a trench coat and they pretend to be a human.
Yes. Okay. So I'm on the third
and
year.
Then you're like, you just start with like an advantage, Sean. You're just weird to begin with. And then fourth year, you usually make a villain. Fourth year is like your villain era.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then fifth year, I like to call that the growers, because that's when you start getting bored. You've like done everything. You're like kind of like, It's basically like you want to create the weakest possible character so that instead of, because most people, they'll start with like, my character has been through this and that and this tragic background and whatever, and they've grown and they're so heroic and they're so cool. But then you have like, you can't grow very much because you're
Right.
already like the hero. Whereas if you make like the weakest possible stupid like thing, you can be like the most improved player by the end of the campaign, because you go from like this little impossible weakling with a missing limb to like, I am a god.
Right.
I apparate my missing limb and throw it at you at every chance I have. Whatever.
Okay, what does apparate mean? I don't know what that means.
Just make appear. Just like
Okay.
magically make appear.
Okay, nice. Oh, like appear, but apparate. Got you.
Yeah, I just made that up. I don't even know if it's a word.
No, I think that's a word. Apparition is a word. Apparition is a word. So I think
probably.
Yeah.
I'm just, so a lot of the times what happens is I know a word in French and then I kind of sound it out how it would sound in English.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, that word is probably a word in English, but I'm going to say it this way and pronounce it in English, and then it just kind of happens.
You do good. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Your English be good. It be goods.
You the thank very much.
Okay, so let's see. Oh yes, the slime that I thought was on the ground is now a tongue shooting. I love that. Maisel, oh my gosh, heck yes. Do you see that? That creepified grandma. I freaking love that. Oh my gosh. I really,
it's intense.
Oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff going on. Nice. I'm gonna change this music. Do you mind?
Oh, go ahead.
Like some weird, like kind of Willy Wonka.
I'm sorry, John. Is my taste in music too weird for you? Like, no,
no. It's like. Boop, doop, 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 doop,
but that's cute. I like it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. Let's play. What's this?
No, you're good. I'm just literally making fun of you. Like,
I love it. I love it. Keep razzing. Keep joshing.
You mean,
love it.
Wait. I wanted to somehow very well spokenly switch it to Riz, because that's what young folks have been.
That is what they say. Yeah.
Man,
I know what it means now, but I always like to mess with my kids. Like where I say
it badly on purpose.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yes!
I say to them, I say like, did you guys see that? Did you see that car that was risen right behind that other car or whatever? And they're like, Dad, that's not what it is. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, Riz, right? Like Riz is like, and they're like, I'm like, what is Riz? They're like, charisma. I was like, yeah, but you can use it like and they're like, no, what? They're like, no, you can't, or whatever. I love it. Oh, it's so funny. I love to mess with them. It's my favorite. I've got this monster it's really weird. It's like oozing out of there or something, or he's like just kind of sort of fitting in there. It makes it feel like he takes up the space inside the house entirely. Like he's right.
Like,
yeah.
It's like he has grown so fat that he doesn't fit inside the house anymore.
I want to put teeth coming out like right here. Like,
by all means, make it more cursed. Like, go ahead.
Yes, more cursed. More cursed.
The more cursed it can be, the better.
Like, but this is what I like though. Like interacting with what's already there. Like trying to think of like what the lighting would do. It's tricky. It's tough. It's tough to get it to be like a 1-to-1, like where nobody would know. Like that's going to be, of course, really difficult. But it is really, it's fun to kind of push in that direction, I think. But
yeah, I'm trying to like 3Dify my creature right now. It's like a challenge for sure.
It is. You really got to think about where the light source is, how far away it is, like what would be in the way, right? Like what would be in the way and what the environment would do.
For sure.
Like I put a reflection on the bottom of the eye, and it's green because like the environment around is all the leaves and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah. So that kind of a thing you have to think through.
I didn't think about that. That might be interesting to add over here. Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what my brain just thought?
What's that?
I like went over to green and I was like, okay, let me get that true viridian. Let me
Nice Yaga.
let me
Oh
go
yes,
get
the
that,
true.
like,
Yes,
bluish green.
yes,
The
yes.
viridian,
No,
like
I know. When you paint in oils, that's what happens.
you just like your palette changes. Like your mind is just like,
It
let me
does.
just like get this color that I know I want. Like I'm just
100%. It does. Like it changes your perspective. It really does. Yaga, that's awesome. That pile, like turning that pile
I
into a
know,
face.
right?
Oh my gosh, I freaking love that. That's really
Yaga
good.
is so good. Like, not gonna lie.
100%. 100%.
She's constantly doing like canvases in the Discord too, which is like awesome.
Nice.
She had one that was like, I need peer pressure to draw, and I almost joined it yesterday. I was like, how much would she freak if I like joined? But I couldn't. I had work to do. I couldn't just like sit there and like draw funsies. It would have been nice, but I just had too much work. Boo, I know.
I know that's the thing. I know I would. Man, there's so much I would do if I just had all the time in the world. You know what I mean? So much I would do, but
Right? Man, I call a petition, right, for the days to be 48 hours long, but we still only need the same amount of sleep per day.
Yes.
That would be so nice.
I've thought that so many times. I really have. I've been like, oh man, like, could I just, could I just increase the, like, or what if I didn't need to sleep? That's what I always would think. What if I didn't need to sleep, That would be awesome.
I really wish. And I need more. I'm so jealous of all the people that can sleep less than 8 hours. I can't. Like, I've tried so much. And, when my kid was like, 0 to 3 weeks old, I like straight up didn't sleep. But like that wrecked me. That irreparably changed how I sleep. Like irreparably. Like I used to be able to sleep through anything. And now it's like, if there's even just like the smallest amount of noise, I just wake up.
Well,
like, are you serious? Like
that just happens as you get older too. Unfortunately, like as you get older, it just kind of does that. Unfortunately, but which sucks. But
it's really annoying.
Oh my gosh, did you see some like the person that did the who did the ghosts coming out of the chimney? That's awesome. That's really cool.
Right? I love this.
Love that.
This lady, whoever did this, is like amazing. Right under where you are.
Yes.
This lady, like, that's awesome.
So good.
Keep going,
you guys are rocking it.
It looks really cool.
You guys are rocking it. Yeah.
Like they just got it.
100%.
But we've been doing these classrooms for like a few months now, and like I've seen so much growth in so many people.
Yeah.
Like after you did your texture studies, like Andy started using some of that, and now like all of his stuff is like really cool. Like he used to do only like line art hashing like he's doing now, but I've actually seen him do like really cool, like the form is rendered out really nice. There's like highlights, it looks juicy, like there's textures on it, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, that is John's teaching right there. Like you could see the influence, and it's like really cool to see.
That's cool. I like that. That's fun.
Yes, Eddie is rocking it. Like I notice these things.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the Discord is like the place to be, guys. Because all of you guys, and you think I'm not watching, right, when you post, but I I see everything. See. I absolutely see everything. Like people think, oh, I'll just post in Magma, whatever, but like actually, like I've said this to you guys before, but I'm chronically online. Like it's bad.
I need to be online more. Like I probably
join. Like you guys, after this classroom, you can like post. We have like a channel in the Magma. It's called Class Moments. You could post there your art that you made today, and then maybe John can make good on his promise to go check the Class Moments after the.
That's right. That's right. I will. I will. Maybe remind me if I don't, but I will. I will.
Okay. Okay. I'll get all up in your grill later today if
Get
you
it.
haven't done it. I'll be like, Chad.
Well, I'll wait till later today too, because some people might not
Want to refine it and then
Yeah,
send it.
yeah. We'll get it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Cool.
I'm
Cool.
down. Yes.
Oh man.
I need to. You're
I'm
right.
like, I'm sorry that I'm taking so much room on the canvas, guy.
Do it. I love it. It's
so
like a Stranger
inspired.
Things kind of a thing. It's cool.
It's almost like kind of an ant.
Yeah.
Like it feels like an ant. So I used to be into like keeping mantises, and I almost kept an ant. And
it's like
what?
That's not. I had like this moment where I was like, that is not what I expected you to say. Like, I don't know what I expected you to say, but I did not expect you to say, like, to lead in with that. This looks like an ant, and then like say, I was into keeping mantises. Like, that's so awesome.
No, but I'm going somewhere with this.
No, I just love it. I'm like, that is so weird. I love it.
So, and I
loved.
So the problem is mantises only live, depending on the species you get, they live up to like 18 months. And I had one that looked like a little pink blossom flower. She was like the best.
Oh, that's cool.
And she's like white and pink and everything. And I had another one that was like ghost mantis. They're like brown and they look like leaves. And whenever they're walking, they shake in the wind. They genuinely look like leaves. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, but because of that, I started watching a YouTube show called Ants Canada. And Ants Canada, if you haven't checked out their channel, please go check out Ants Canada on YouTube. Like he's doing these things where he has like giant vivariums. They're like amazing. They're like so educational for kids. They're like awe-inspiring.
Is that a container? The vivariums?
Yeah, it's like a huge and he's got an entire ecosystem in there where he doesn't have to feed the thing at all. It's just the entire thing sustains itself. It's amazing. Gotcha. And he does these like weekly videos on like what's happening in there and what he's adding in there, what he's taking out, all this.
Right.
It's amazing. I love it. They have he has like a bunch of ants in there. He has mantises. He has like salamanders, tarantulas, all kinds of stuff. Like it's amazing to watch.
It's awesome.
It helps me with my arachnophobia.
Oh yeah, for real.
And it's just really, really well done. So if you haven't like seen that channel, I'm just like, this isn't sponsored or anything. I just love that channel so much. And it's inspiring and it's really cool. And I don't know, this creature that I'm doing just makes me think of ants, and I love ants. They're so cool. I literally like every time they have nuptial flights, I'm just like, well, like I just want to catch one and then start an ant colony, but I never like
flight? It's like something related to mating.
Yeah, so the nuptial flight is like once a year. Every different species of ant has like all of their mature ants that can fly will like go out and seek like light sources to meet up at, and then they like mate, and then they go off to start a colony.
Okay.
And it only happens like one night every year for every different species. So depending on the night, like if you see like a lot of like flying insects that look really weird, they don't really look like normal flying insects. They really are just ants flying. It's like really, really beautiful and gorgeous. And so like every time I see one, I'm just like, whoa. And if you catch one, ideally you want to get like catch up to 5, and then you see like you put them in like these tubes with like a piece of cotton and like a little bit of sugar water, and then if it starts hatching little ants, you want to have an ant colony like hooked up so they can go out and explore that, and you could feed the ant colony and start your own ant colony for free. That's how you would do that.
As one does.
Right. Sorry, I'm like super nerdy about this stuff. Like it's so cool.
I love it.
So I get like interested in like different things, and then I like.
Oh, that's total artist. That's total artist. Like that's what we do as artists, like 100%.
And like I just love it. I love. I don't know. I love ants. They're cool. That's
cool.
The moral of my story.
That's awesome.
I'm so sorry. This has a more like clubhousey feel. I'm sorry if I've like hijacked your stream.
No, I love it. Hijack the crap out of it. Do it.
Okay.
No, for real. Like that's what for real. That's fun. It's fun to me. Like this is what Magma is, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like Magma is this, you know. Sometimes it's like more technical, you know, but today I was like, let's have some more fun. Like, you know, like it's got to be both. You know what I mean? It's got to be both. Like I think so.
Yeah. Oh, we had a great Informo, by the way. So you know the banner that you helped me develop?
Yeah.
So that's like an event. That's like an event that we have on the Discord. So once a month on the first Friday of each month in the evening at 5 p.m. Excuse me, my throat's like not clearing up. We have like an event, and like Yaga will attest how much fun she had at this event. We played what it's like something corpse or amazing corpse or majestic corpse or whatever, and it's basically like somebody creates like the head of a monster, and then
that's good.
And then you like hide the layer and you go to the next sequence panel and you create the torso, and then you hide the layer and go to the next sequence panel, and then you create the legs. And at the end, we put them all together. They're all in the Discord, by the way. It's hilarious. It's so good. I left you a DM giving you like the link to those because I thought you would love that, given it's all like monsters and stuff.
That's awesome.
But they were so funny. They were hilarious. And we had such a good time. Over 30 people showed up. It was amazing. And I don't know. I just feel like
that's awesome.
These events are like so much better now that we've got them like casual, and people can focus more on the fun aspect while still learning about Magma.
Sure.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing. I felt like talking about it because
I like it. I want to try it. That sounds really fun.
Well, I mean, all ambassadors are like super welcome during Informo. I just don't necessarily like bug you guys because, like, I know you guys are busy. So yeah, all of the people that do classrooms, by the way, like the ambassadors, like I've had people on the Discord be like, "Oh, why isn't it every day?" And I'm like, "Well, okay, hold on." Like we have lives, we have children, we have families, we have friends, we have things like careers.
Yeah, we're all working artists too. We're all working artists.
Yeah. So it's one of those like, okay, but like sorry, we can't do it every day. So I have to schedule it whenever the individual ambassador can make it, right? So I prioritize them.
Right.
I don't know what got me onto this subject matter, but basically like, oh yeah, for Informo, I don't like go after them to come. They're more than welcome to come to play and do Informo, but I just always feel like they give so much to the community. I don't want to like bug them.
Yeah, I hear you. Like I know what you mean. Like it's just hard because you have deadlines and you have like, you know, you just have there's always a lot going on. You know, there's always a lot going on. So yeah, it's a tricky thing. I can tell you this though, most artists, like, we like doing this kind of a thing. Like we like doing this more than we like whatever we've got to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's
I'm having like so much fun.
I get it though. Like, I get like wanting, like people being like, oh, like can we, you know, because it's fun and it's like,
yeah, right.
You know, I don't know. That's the goal. The goal is to get to the point where you can do all that stuff and just, you know.
I've been thinking, John, like, tell me if this is a no, and I'm not promising this. Nobody take me at my word right now. But I've been like thinking, like it might be interesting to try and do like once a year, do like something special where we do it, but for like 10 hours. So we'd like, we'd have like one ambassador start, then the second ambassador join, and then like, let's say like an hour later, the first ambassador leaves, and then the second ambassador stays for a while, and then the third ambassador comes along and they do it together for a while, and then the second ambassador leaves, and then so we'd have like a relay kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I think we should build on each other's work.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. So it could be like at the end, it's all like finished.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
That'd be
So we
awesome.
might want to start with the sketchers, like Vents and Mr. Pixels, and then end. Like maybe I would be third, and then you would be fourth, because your finishing is like chef's kiss.
Maybe.
But yeah. You're like, maybe. Well, I don't want to have to render.
Well,
Like,
no, I mean,
can I
like you
make
guys are good
monsters?
too. You and Vens are good too. Like you always say that, but you and Vens are really good at finishing too. Like you're really good at that.
Well, thank you. I don't know how to take this compliment right now.
You just say
But
thanks. That's what people normally do. They're just like, hey, thanks, that was nice. That's what they're.
okay, thanks.
I mean, there's no other way to take it, right? It's like, it's just, I feel like, did I say it wrong? Like, is there another way to take it? Like, is it?
No, you're just.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm just like incapable of taking compliments yet.
I know. No, I hear you. No, I know. There is like it's really funny. I was just talking to an artist the other day, and they were like saying, basically what everybody says, like when they see somebody that's like, especially somebody that's a professional that's been doing it in anything, in music and art or whatever, and then they say like, oh well, you like, they kind of feel like, well, you don't struggle with your art, or you don't feel inadequate, or you don't, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. But it's one of those things where it's like, and I was explaining to that artist, I was like, listen, everybody's got like the imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got it. And it doesn't matter, it's just because you can't be good at everything. Like you can't be good at everything. So somebody is always going to show up that is better than you at something. And and so when you're doing that thing but that they're better at, you're going to feel dumb. You know what I mean? So it's just like a natural thing, and so, or somebody's leveraging one set of skills, and for some reason when we look at other people's skill set, we feel like their skill set is like better than ours. We're like, well, that skill set, I wish I had that skill set, like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's a common thing. It's like a very normal thing, I think. But yeah, so anyways, I say all that just to say that you can put me in whatever order you want. I don't care, because you and Vens can rock it, and everybody can rock it, so that is on the team.
I feel like it depends. Like for me, it depends on the day. Like sometimes, like this creature that I created, like I don't know where the heck this came from, because I'm actually, like, contrary to popular belief, not very good at sketching and like pulling things out of my mind. And this was just like, it's either gonna happen within the first few minutes or it's not. Or it's just
my
not
favorite
happening.
is how you got the environment reflected in it. Like you have the orange that's pointed at it. Like that's really good. Like this right here, like this has the orange of the sunlight. This is what I was saying, guys, about like incorporating the environment, because this is that light source and this is the reflected like areas. It's really good. Love it. This is AA. This is freaking awesome.
Yaga personally seeing some Ottawa Spire influence. Yeah, so there's this spider at the Ottawa Museum.
Oh really? Nice.
I think I sent you a picture with me holding my kid under it, but
oh yes,
it's yeah. It's like huge, and it's got eggs in its tummy, and you can look up, and this sculpture is called Magma, and for Chexor's sad little comment where he's like, I'm not going anywhere near it, it's not alive, it's a metal sculpture, it's a piece of art, which is why I'm not afraid of it. But yes, I would agree, Yaka. I don't know, I'm in a mood today. I'm just in the mood to create.
Love it.
It happens sometimes.
That's right.
Oh, this tree. Whoever's like making over this tree into a monster. That's amazing.
Yes.
It's so fun.
Yes, I love that.
I love how it frames. Hold on. My favorite part about this is how much like, okay, so my monster frames the picture like this, and his monster frames it like this.
Yes, exactly.
So we're like framing everybody else's art, which is like really fun.
Love it. I like to like take a cue from what people have done and draw mine like next to it,
Yeah.
Like, so like this up front, like this little guy right here. I want to do something with that. Like draw one next to it. Here we go. Let's go. I want to right click on this. You right click and then hit arrange layers, send to front, bring to front. Boom.
Nice. Good job.
Yes, I remembered. I always forget that.
Yeah, like for the past, like, what is it, like 4 streams each time?
Yeah, I'm like, how do I do
You got this, Sean. You got this.
How do you do it? I know, I'm always asking. I'm gonna do
No,
like
you're
a
good,
like a
though.
companion one here. A companion one.
Man, that grandma one is looking
It's freaking
amazing.
awesome.
Look at that.
It's freaking awesome. I want to come over and do some grandma stuff. The teeth are freaking genius.
Just the way that they're like bigger at the base, like each tooth is huge, but then like at the root it's like almost tiny. That's
It's
so
great shape
uncomfortable.
design. It's good shape design.
Yeah. It just makes you feel like, you know, when an old person like hugs you or whatever.
Oh,
and, like,
100%.
the old people breath.
Yep.
Am I the only one? Like, the old
It's
people breath is
oh my
gross.
gosh, it's so interesting, like, isn't it? Like, and I think about like what they don't have a perception that that people are feeling that way. So I'm like, what is that? What's going to happen to me? Like, am I like? That's what I always think about. Like, okay, I'm going to get to the point where like people are like disgusted.
That's why I'm
really,
nice.
like,
that's why I'm nice
Yeah.
to them. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think they can help it. I think they do brush their teeth. I think it's just a thing that happens when you get old.
right. Yeah.
So I'm just like always super nice as much as I can be. Just because, like, you know, why make somebody feel bad for something they can't change?
Yeah, that's
Why?
right.
You know?
That's right. But I'm like,
But it is a
man,
thing. Like,
Yeah, it is. And that's the whole thing is like I always think about that. Like, so I think about like, you know, I'm 44, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna be so out of touch. Like am I gonna annoy my kids, right? Am I gonna annoy my kids is like kind of what I think
you're
about
already
too.
doing
Like,
it on purpose.
right, but like, am I gonna like legit annoy them where they're like, oh, that's grandpa? Like,
Oh.
and it's like you can't avoid it, right? Like I feel like you can't avoid it. Like at some
No, you
point,
can't.
like you can say, well, I'll be the one that isn't like that, right? But you're probably not going to be the one that isn't like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
press X to doubt, everyone.
yeah. Right. So yeah, really interesting. Like I just think like, and then it's an inevitability then, right? It's almost like an inevitability. Like I can't, you know, which is really weird to me. When you're aware, but you still can't stop it, you know? I don't know.
I think the shield for that is like, if you can be very impactful in people's lives for the better before you're that old, people still remember all that you did for them, and they have like this fondness for your character and who you are.
Right.
And it does not matter what you look like, what you smell like, who you know,
right.
because you can't help those things when you're older, and so people just see you and your heart instead of like the shell that is your body.
Yeah.
And so I think that's like the reason it's so important to invest in other people and relationships as you grow. So,
It's true. Yeah, it's really true. Yeah, it's but I do want to be like the weird old guy too. Like I want to be that, you know, where like my grandkids are like,
John,
Grandpa's so weird, you know. I know it's already happened.
Who says
right?
You're not already though?
I know, right?
Weird
I
old
know,
guy.
it's true. It's true.
It's okay though. We like it.
I know, but like, can you imagine? Like, I said to my my family, I was like, imagine me like really old, like imagine like I get Alzheimer's or something. Like I was like, what would that look like? Like, and I don't know. Like I really don't know. Like or something like that. Or even if I just like, you know,
I'll tell you what it'll look like.
What's that?
So I've known many people who have developed Alzheimer's, and the most important parts of their life they never forget. It's like people in relationships that they forget. So like I knew this guy, his name is Gunther, from my church, and he got Alzheimer's, And to this day, like if you visit him, he can sing you hymns, he can tell you Bible verses by heart. And like I knew this old piano teacher, and like she forgot who I was, but she could still play and play and play and play like she was
Interesting.
the most amazing. So you will probably be just as weird, and you'll probably be like still knowing like a ton about art.
See, now that's interesting. So what will I produce at that point?
And it'll be fun to see. Yeah.
Like, what would I produce at that point? Right? Like,
yeah, everyone follow John on Instagram to see what he produces when he's like too old and has Alzheimer's.
Right. I mean, right?
Most shameless plug of all time.
So just so you guys know, I'm like, here's an example. Like, I'm working on a show, and actually Anya's going to do one of the voices on it for me. Like, and I'm working on a show, and it takes place in an alternate dimension, alternate like version of like the Roaring 20s, which had like prohibition, but the prohibition is on coffee and not on like coffee and espresso and not on alcohol. But there's like Bob the Celestial Fart is like a character, like Mr. Peepers, who has prehensile eyes, and like Vincent Van Gogh time, who's Vincent Van Gogh from another dimension, but he's a tennis star. He's like Boris Becker in that world, except he's like a real hothead. So he got kicked off the the tour or whatever, and so he's like a disenfranchised like former tennis star, and so like think about that, and then that weirdness, and like what you know what I mean, like, and you think about it, what am I gonna produce? I don't even know. It's
gonna be the best.
It's gonna
John,
be
don't even worry about
something.
It'll be the best.
It's gonna be something. My
grandkids
you on. Like, Grandpa is scary. They're gonna be like, he's they're like, he's kind of fun, but he's scary,
I love it.
But it's weird to think about. Like, my son Sam, he's gonna be driving in like a year and a half, which is weird. Like, that's weird.
Fun.
Ugh, so odd.
Oh,
you're talking about doing a swing. You're talking about doing a swing, like your kid doing a swing, and I'm like, oh man, I remember that. I remember that. Not that it's any. I mean, it is. All those milestones are important. It's not that. It's just I'm like, holy crap, this is like going fast now. Is what I mean. Like all that stuff. All this stuff is going fast.
Man,
ramps up on you.
You're like, talk to me when you're like, give me
no.
Like
all of that's important.
John, and I will send that. Say it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I remember that when that was happening to me, and I'll be like,
yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's crazy. It's fun though. It's fun times. It's just like art. Like, you look back on like your journey and everything, and it's fun, like it's I don't know. There's hard times, and there's
so fun,
but it's fun.
So fun.
Okay, let's see here. I've got this guy next to here, which is kind of a weird version of this, little creature that they drew, but that makes sense, I guess.
I'm in love with this thing. Who made this?
I did.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
I wanted like a weird cursed version of that one next to it.
So cursed.
It is. So
yeah, this board is legit. AA. Your grandma is amazing. Who is she offering pie to? The whole monster?
That's a good call. That's a good call. We got to do that.
Man.
Let's give him polka dots. I feel like he would have polka dots on his shoulders.
Purple polka dots? Nice.
Yeah.
That's so cursed. It really is.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, here's, like, the thing. If you guys don't know, there's, like, a Saturday night hangout in the Discord every Saturday. Shameless plug, I know. But we always get together, and, like, my whole job for that is to just be a moderator, right? So I have nothing else to do. I'm just sat there. I'm just chilling with people, and I'll like drop onto the canvas, and because it's like I art all week. I try my best. I work hard, and then it's like on Saturday night, my literal life mission is to like troll people and make like the most cursed art right next to their art.
I love it.
On purpose. And like Cyber, one of our moderators, has joined me in doing that. And so I get so excited to troll people on the canvas every week. It's so fun. So definitely join if you want like cursed art fun.
That's awesome. I love it.
Man, I think like last week not this week because I wasn't able to join, but last week I trolled Cybernaut himself. I like went on to his painting and like started painting on top and being like, you didn't do this right, you didn't do this right. And he was so sweet. He was like, oh, thank you, Anya, like thank you for letting me know. And I was like, no, this isn't critique time, this is like I'm trying to get on your nerves. What?
Yeah, he was like
so sweet.
He's too humble.
Excuse me, have you met Cybernaut? Cybernaut has this thing where like every artist is so humble that he's going to make up for it by being ostensibly like obnoxious about how amazing he is. So it's like this big joke. So every time
nice.
We have this thing where he's like internationally known, globally questioned. Cybernaut. We almost have like, you know, the 50 names like Game of Thrones-esque type introduction. That's what we do with him.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Cybernaut,
first of his name.
Nice. I love it.
It's amazing. He's a great moderator. It's great. Speaking of moderators, we have another great moderator on here, Mr. Nexus.
What up, Nexus?
Yeah, Nexus is amazing. He's like always on the Discord. He's always posting his like really cool art. Yeah, Cyber. Yeah, exactly as Nexus said. He's mildly annoying at first, but then it's like he grows on you like a fungus, you know?
Like a fungus. Nice.
Like,
nicely
done. Like can't get rid of him.
It's awesome. I love it.
He's actually like a heart of gold. It's funny and it's great. So yeah, they're great. Sorry guys, you get me talking, I never stop.
I like it. That's why I want you here. Okay, let's do some. I'm gonna make like I'm just making like a random shape because I only have a short amount of time left. You know, so right. I want to make a random shape for this person's head and try to see if I can.
Oh, nice.
Like turn it into something where they'd be eating that, you know.
Are they like getting eaten by the whole monster, but also about to eat the
that's
pie?
a good idea. I didn't even think
she's
of that,
about to feed him before he dies?
That's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like that. I like that.
That's me, the girl with the ideas.
And I'm gonna make it like somewhat like the teeth like somewhat related, kind of, you know, like, you know what I mean, like in shape, like it's sort of like the same family, like she's like feeding her baby boy or something.
I love that. It's she's like, oh, don't get eaten don't get eaten on an empty stomach.
Right. That's creepy. That's awesome.
Yeah, but so is this board, you know, like this could easily have been like an October prompt. Like,
yeah, it's true.
In fact, I can't wait for October because we're gonna have so much monster fun. Like,
yeah, that's my favorite.
Like, I don't know when would be a good time to have that, like, proposed, like, 12 hours of Magma, but, like, I don't know. I feel like a theme would be interesting. And I feel like, I know you said,
yeah,
like,
I agree.
I feel like it should be an open board where everyone can join if they want to, and we can have like multiple sequence panels with like it's like the same theme, but the sequence panels are a little bit different, so that people can have like variety.
Sure.
And I don't know, it would be fun. It's an idea percolating in my mind.
I like it.
Yeah, I think the community would love that too, because they're always like, oh, it's never at my time that you guys are live. Like,
yeah.
During that time, we can like assess when the most amount of people show up for like future live streams. Because then we could be like, well, during the 12-hour stream, a lot of people showed up at this specific time. Does that mean that the community is more active during that time? Should we make our live streams at that time? Right? There's a lot of things that I like think about with this kind of stuff.
Well, it's such a weird world that we're in where we can like, where we're talking about like different, like picking the best time zone for something. Do you know what I mean? Like that's such a crazy world that we're in. Like, you know, like it blows my mind to like we think that way now, right? We're like, well, what time zone are you in? Like we just asked somebody like what time, like it's like a normal, that was not a normal part of conversation. Like, you know, 50 years ago, like no one cared what time zone you're in. They'd be like, there's only one, like the one in my hometown, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Like,
yeah, the world was a lot smaller. Yeah. And, you know, anytime I would talk to somebody from my church, they are like that too. So like, they'll be like, oh, what time is it? I'll be like, such and such EST. And then they're like, why did you feel the need to say the time zone?
Right, it's like redundant. It's redundant.
I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
but like, I'm so used to putting that at the end of it because I'm chronically online that it's like,
right. Totally, that's funny.
I love this board so much. Look at this
board. Is awesome.
It's so good, everybody.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
It is really fun. I need to put like a cheek on this guy, like a red cheek, like he's, you know, I gotta give him some like facial structure.
Nice.
You know, give him some facial structure.
Now it looks more like maybe it could be his son, but it looks a bit older.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just one of those people that was like unhappily married, and she's like, "Here, have a pie one last time, honey, before you know, die."
Yeah. Well, maybe she's just, or maybe she's like, maybe she's just like so, like, she's like trying to take care of him, right? But she just is so unaware that she's just like, take a pie, you know, like he's like, oh, I'm dying, and she's like, here, make sure you put your coat on, you know, or whatever, like that kind of a, like, so
that
unaware.
Or like I could see she's squinting, maybe she's like half blind.
Yeah. She's like, play with your friends, have fun playing with your tongue hole friend.
Maybe it's like both.
Right.
Maybe it's just both.
Yeah.
I have a really bad combination.
It's awesome.
Man, time flies, eh? We've only got 7 minutes left.
I know, it's crazy.
Goodness.
I don't know, how did that happen?
I know, we just like talk. Done.
I could jam with other artists like this. Like I could do this like all day, every day. Like it's so fun, you know.
Well, you heard it here, folks. John will be our host for the 12-hour live stream.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I really could.
Oh,
like, I love doing it so much. I really do.
I mean,
I wish I
you'd
could
obviously have to, if you did it, you'd have to have like, I would probably be like, okay, 4 breaks. Give him like sections where he like leaves to go eat, leaves to go do stuff.
I don't need breaks. I never need breaks.
John, they would be mandatory breaks. I would be kicking you out.
I know. Breaks are for wimps. I don't need breaks.
Right. Okay,
Art,
everyone, when you do art, you need breaks. Just making that clear.
It is true. It is true. I
You
know.
do need breaks.
I just don't need breaks. I don't need breaks.
Right, John. You're just the unbeatable machine that you are.
I could paint. I'm telling you, I could paint for like probably, I don't even know, maybe 14, 16 hours straight, maybe 20. Like I could totally
I did notice when we were making the banner for Informo, I think there was a moment where I was like, I need like 5-10 minutes. And like I could just tell that you were just like, let's go. Like you would just like not stop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna follow his lead. But it was like 3 hours later, and we're like done, kind of. Not there's a few things that need to be doing on the banner at that point, but I was just like out of steam because I needed like 5-10 minutes and I could like keep going. But
you
it's
get
like,
better at that the longer you do it, like you get better at it, like because like so you can relegate more to your subconscious. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, but if you're having to really analyze like a lot the whole time, it's harder. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
the longer you paint, the more you'll like start to feel like that.
And I noticed like the more I paint on stream, the more I can handle painting and talking, which is like really nice. Really nice, because also I can paint and have a distraction. So I can my goal is to be at home painting or doing stuff, and then my kid can come up to me and like talk to me, and it's like I don't have to like be knocked out of focus state or whatever, or like because I have a family, and that's the whole point of me working from home, is I want to be able to be a mom. And not be like shut in my atelier, and nobody bother me. Oh no, no, I want it to be, chaotic sometimes and fun. So
you get better at that too. Like you get better at adjusting to the interruptions. When I was first making art, like, and Marie would come in, I would be like acting like she woke me up. Like it would be like I'd be like cranky for a second, and I'd be like, sorry, I don't know why I said that, because it was like I was so taxed like mentally that I was like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
it's really
so me, that doesn't happen to me. So what happens to me is I get scared. So I'm in a total focused state. And if you come up to me and you like touch my shoulder, or you like try to get my attention, I just, and then I like, my heart is like out of my chest. So like, it takes me like 5 minutes to get out of the like fight or flight.
Yes. 100%.
But if I'm not in that state, it's fine. But as soon as I'm in a focus state, like that's a problem. And I've never, if you're wondering, I've never been in that state during a stream, and I can't get in that state during the stream. But a few times that I've been in that state, like the resulting amount of work that I did was like, how did I get that done in like 4 hours? That's insane. Like it's been like, because I work like 4 times faster in that state, which is like insane. So it's like, it's almost it's good for there to be a little bit of quiet time, but it's also like, if you have a family, you don't want to be shut all the time to their life.
It's a balance.
Yep. It's a total goal for me to like learn how to just be super flexible with it. So
yeah, it is. It's hard. Like I want, like, it's funny though, because I knew like my kids don't interrupt me that much anymore. Like, because they're busy, like as teenagers they're more busy, and I miss some of the interruptions. I miss a little bit. I'm like, it'd be nice to get interrupted by them a little more, so I knew like when it was happening at first, I was like, this isn't going to last forever. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like fine with it, because I knew it wouldn't, like there'd be a day where I would feel like I feel now, where I'm like, oh, it'd be nice if they interrupted me and came in and talked for a little bit, so it's interesting. It is. It's cool being an artist though. You can be home. And you can be around and stuff. And it's been great. It's been great for them.
Yeah. For me, like, because my husband works his own business, like he leaves and he comes back. Like I used to, in the first years of our marriage, be like, when are you coming home? So I can make dinner and stuff. And he'd be like, when the work is done. And that was that's not what I need. What I need is an approximate time answer. And he'd be like, I don't know. It's like, so being like, having a job that's flexible enough for me to like drop stuff and, be what I need to be to him, like having that flexibility is like really, really necessary for my life. So I'm like so thankful that I can do what I do in the Discord and in my art and everything, so that I can, because I gotta be a mom, a wife. I gotta like do all the cooking and the cleaning and stuff. Like I'm really excited to build this kind of like flexible work style, and it's a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I know what I'm getting myself
to juggle into. For sure. A lot to juggle.
Yeah, but I love it, and it's great. It's great. Yeah.
I want to draw like a little. I'm running out of time, so I just want to draw like a little baby body on this guy, like a little.
That is so cursed. I love it.
Yeah, like
that's amazing. Oh my goodness, yes.
Legs. Like little chubby legs, like he's falling in there. Okay, so now that I've got the opacity locked, now I can come in and. I haven't backed up from this yet because I'm just trying to get it done before the time limit ends. So I have no idea what it looks like. Like, actually, do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't zoomed out a little bit. So
it looks interesting.
I think I'm going to give him just like a flesh. I'm just going to give him like a flesh body, like a, a subsurface scattering style. Like body like this.
So like the bean 2.0, the flesh bean.
Yeah, bean 2.0. Yeah, but just fully like that. And then I want to put I want to put like he's got like a heart on the inside like this, right? So there's like a heart on the
sounds
inside.
About right.
Yeah. I need it to be a really distinct heart shape though. Like that. There we go. Yeah, actually I'll do it like this. Even more distinct.
Hey, Stranger Danger, I like that you're like separating your lights and your darks in that monster hole thing. Like I really like that. You're like taking into account that tree is like blocking the light, and you have like the right side is all your lights and then the left side is all your darks. It's really cool.
Good stuff.
I like it.
It looks awesome. See, that's when I get inspired and I'm like, I gotta put something in there. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta do something with it too. Like I love that. So let's put this in like this, and then what I'll do is put a little highlight on the body right here, so that it. Oh yeah, for sure, you're killing it. You're doing great. Looks awesome. Okay, let's make this side darker. Let's do this. So it's sort of, and then I think what I'll do.
Oh, hi Frank.
What's up,
I love
Frank?
it. Like that's so cool.
Welcome to the party, Frank.
Yeah, he's doing great. Yeah, this looks awesome.
Okay, let's do it.
Yo, this board is awesome. Like I'm just like, what? Like the amount of level up that this community has done in the past few months that we've been doing classrooms is like, dang.
It's really true. It's really true. It's really true. Like the first time I did something, I was like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. When people were doing it, it was not like I had like a expectation or whatever, but then seeing it now, like, oh my gosh, heck yeah. It's like, so it's a lot better. And people are learning the tool, they're learning Magma, they're learning, it's really, actually, I agree with you 100% though. It's awesome.
And just individually, like, because I track people as they like post, I can see growth. It's like, it's just so lovely.
Totally, 100%. Let's put this. All right, let me see this one. Oh, that looks really weird. I need to make the shadows more clear on it though. I think I can't. I don't want to do the whole. Here, I'm gonna darken this down, and then I'll just do the body like this first.
Yeah, just because the silhouette of the body doesn't necessarily read.
Yeah,
but it's good that it overlaps with the light parts of the whole monster.
I can do it like this, where if I have like this side, like where it's coming through the other side like this. Like I can do that, but
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But I it's too small to do the other side. That is
It's
weird.
funny though. It's really funny.
It's really weird. Okay.
Just like that section with the grandma you're drawing in the whole monster is like a whole illustration in itself. Like just this section, like just that's one image. Like so good.
Okay, so let me do some highlights on this. Oh man.
It's unbelievably silly.
So weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. Really, really weird. And I feel like I should give him like nipples. I feel like he deserves nipples, you know?
Okay.
So
Sure.
right? I mean, right?
Sure.
Everybody deserves nipples. So
when they're born, yes.
Like let's go like this. This one's darker. You know, like that. So then we'll.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There we go. You need to kind of put a little shadow on it, like it has a minor shadow, right?
Okay.
So.
I love how seriously you take some of these like hilarious things that you do. Like you'll have this hilarious idea, but like you will render it like it's like serious business. Like
it is
like it needs to look like a realistic nipple, guys. Like
right, it is serious business. Come on, why is this not serious business? You know,
it's the juxtaposition of how funny the idea is versus how seriously you take the rendering. It's like that polar opposite. Like it's just funny.
Well, you know, actually, like there's something to that because it's like a comedian. Comedians do that, right? So they take the subject matter and everybody knows they're joking, but they treat it seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like they treat it like it's like legit, which it is, but like it's like it's just like a version of that might be serious, but you know. But they're just going way beyond, which is kind of what I'm doing here, where I want it to be realistic, but I you know, I want it to also not be at all, you know. So, like that's where people get like, that's my favorite part is like if you can pull it off like realistically, people are just like, oh, they're like, oh, you know. So I think I would have with this. What he would probably create a shadow like on this section or something like that. Like there'd be a shadow from him or something. Actually, I need to put some of this pink in here on his as a reflection on this. Like a pink, yeah, there we go. Like a pink like reflected light on there. That's it. That needs like pink reflected light. Yes.
Nice. Nice.
That's the one.
That is so good.
That's the one. Oh man, so disturbing. Oh, so jacked.
Like just beautiful. Just beautiful. That's all I have to say. That's just gorgeous, you know?
Oh man. I just had to make a companion for the grandma, you know.
Of course.
Had to.
Of course.
She was so awesome. I had to.
So what's the story here? It's like her son just has this weird deformity where he grew up but his body didn't, and then she's tired of taking care of him, so she's made him a pie as a final farewell and thrown him in. And then
sounds good. Or maybe maybe that's you know, yeah, maybe that's grandpa, maybe he's grandpa, you know, and she's sending him off or something, who knows. Or maybe she took in neighborhood kids. And this is like this weird amalgamation, like where she's like, you know, feeding that, like she's like distorting them and feeding them and like ruining them. But then, you know, I don't know. And then when she's done with them, like, you know, then she sends them to her pet in the backyard or something. I don't know. It's like a weird neighborhood kid that's been manipulated by the yeah, or something. I don't know.
My goodness, this is so disturbing.
It is really disturbing.
Like the image is like kind of cute, but like
that's when it's the worst, when it's like kind of cute and it
like something is deeply wrong and you're like,
yes. I feel like I want his lips to be like even more glossy too. I feel like that's like
gross.
They need to be, yeah. Like real glossy like this. You know what I mean? Like
noise.
Like lip gloss kind of a thing.
I love the steam coming off that pie. Like,
yeah,
so good. The yellow of the teeth. Oh, and the fact that the base color of the teeth is like this desaturated yellow, it almost looks like greenish.
Should I match it on this guy? Should I like match it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, please do. Please. We need more disgusting teeth in our life.
Yeah, it's like they're both eating the same thing.
I never thought I would say that on a stream.
We need more disgusting teeth. This is like weird. This is definitely weird.
Oh yes, I fully agree.
That's not what I thought when I came over here to like add something to this. I had no idea what was going to come out, and that is not what I thought was going to come out. That is really funny.
You know, I had the same thought about what I made today. It just seems really kind of like not out of character, but like just like I didn't know what I was going to make when I hopped in today, but I'm like disturbed but pleased.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm pleased. I'm more like I'm concerned for myself. I feel like sometimes I paint something and
we're all concerned with you.
I know. I feel like what sometimes I really do think that. Like I think like, what is wrong with me? You know? I feel like what's in there, you know, that is so so broken and messed up.
It's not too weird. Yeah.
Nice.
I just want to
friend inside. I love it. I love it.
Yep. Friend inside. And then the crab that Nexus is making is like just boss.
I love this.
Look at that crab.
I love this. Oh, that tree is cool too. Oh, nice light coming out of yours, Anya. That's good.
Thank you.
Oh, the crab is good. That crab is really good. I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Dude, that like you know, goat griffin, that's what I'll call it up top too, Andy, is killer. I love that. It looks like an Arthur Rackham. Looks like an Arthur Rackham or something like that. It's really cool. Who put the sculpture up there too? Like there's a sculpture of like a it looks like a raven kind of thing or something like that. And the ghosts, I think that's really simple, but I think that's actually one of the best ones. I think it's really awesome. It's really awesome. Oh, nice.
Man, this board is so awesome, you guys. Like
guy Tamaki coming in. That's awesome. Yeah, this board, this is fun.
I need to do more boards where we have a background and people just draw.
Yeah, I hadn't done it for a while.
Idea.
So that's why I was like, I like it. Really cool. Awesome. All right, well, I've got to head out, but this is killer.
Great.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, we overstayed by like 13 minutes, so you're good to end anytime you want.
Awesome. You guys killed it. You did really good. You made it look like it's a part of the environment. Everybody did. It is remarkable how much better it's getting. Like it's you guys keep doing what you're doing. It's working because it looks amazing. Like it looks really good. You guys looks really good. Love this.
Agree.
Inspiring. Really cool. So awesome, guys. All right, we'll take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Keep working hard. keep going to the Discord and encouraging each other and posting your work, and I'll wait for Anya to remind me, and then I'll go in and see what you guys did and talk about it.
Guys, I'm on duty. I'll remind him, guys. It's all good.
If I'm being realistic, I'll be like, because I have like five other things I have to do today, so I'm like, I know I'll have to come back, and when I come back, I'll probably forget if I don't,
All right, you guys, post in classroom moments in the Discord if you want John to see it later. I will remind him to go check it out.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
I'll see you next time. Bye.
Awesome. Peace.